this video, we are going to be making Star Wars soap.
So, okay, you're smothering BB-8. There's BB-8. Why are we making Star Wars soap today?
Because I love Basin.
What is Basin?
It's a shop in Disney Springs with soap.
Okay.
And soap.
Okay, so for the adults to understand, he loves the store at Disney Springs called Basin. It's a soap store. They make they make specialty soaps, and they are sold by the ounce. So we always go digging around for the smallest soap we can find, because I'm actually not going to say no to buying used soap. As a mom of a boy and a former teacher, I am perfectly happy to have a kid who loves to wash his hands. So we always let him pick out one bar from Basin, although your dad spoiled you last time and let you get two. But as you can see, this one right here is $7.62. This was the smallest bar I could find. And it's cute. It's cute, it's fun, but we like to save a little bit of money, don't we? Disney's already expensive enough, but also on top of saving money, we can't get to Disney Springs all the time to get the special soap with Mickey Mouse in it. So we are today going to show you how to make your own Star Wars inspired soaps.
Things you need: silicone mold, a chopping board, microwave safe measuring cup, skin safe essential oil, soap dye, isopropyl alcohol, melt and pour soap base, and a butter knife.
So today we are going to use the melt and pour process for two reasons. One, it is quick and easy, and this guy wants lots of soap, so we're going the quick and easy route. But second, it's also the safe way of making soap. Now, if you are unfamiliar with how soap is made, it is made from scratch through what is called the cold process, and a chemical reaction called saponification must occur, which means you need to use a fatty acid from, say, an oil like olive oil, and you need to combine it with lye, which is sodium hydroxide. Doing this with a young child, we don't want to use anything like lye that would actually burn through clothing. It's very caustic. So we are going the safe route. If you've never made soap before, if you're not a crafty person, I highly recommend just go this melt and pour route. It's very, very easy. So are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. One thing you'll notice, whether you decide to go with a clear soap like this one right here, or this one is a shea butter base, which is white, it will affect your color. You are more likely to get the actual color with the clear base, whereas mixed with the white, it's gonna be more of a pastel. So just be aware that you may not get the exact color when using your dye with a white base. So you are gonna notice that your block of soap base comes with perforated edges. And you are just gonna cut, and you can use, if you don't have a soap cutting tool, this was $5 at the craft store. You can also just use a butter knife. It's really easy to cut through. And you just cut along your perforation. And we are gonna add each cut block to our microwave safe dish. Push, use those muscles, little man! Muscles! All right, there we go. The next part, all we have to do is go heat it up in the microwave. And the instructions for this soap base says to heat it up for 30 seconds first, and then for 15-second bursts until it's a complete liquid. You want to be very careful, especially since I'm working with a child here, not to get it boiling and burning. So we now have our soap base melted down to a clear liquid. We are going to, at this point, we are going to add our scent as well as our color. And the directions for this product were not exact as to how much scent you needed to add. Now, if you go and you read from professionals who make soap for a living, they are very exact in their science. They have a scale and they weigh it. We do not have a scale. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you do not have a scale to do an exact weight. So we don't really like a strong scent, so I was finding about 2, maybe 3 drops per square added is enough scent for us. So we're gonna add in about 20 drops. I think we'll do it. I'm not concerned about the scent fading. We use a lot of scent-free products in this house. So we're gonna start with that.
I don't want too many of that anyways, just because I did smell and it is a pretty strong smell.
Yeah, we'll just do 20. This one is a stronger smell, so I think it also depends on the scent you are using, because yeah, that one's much stronger than the one I tried yesterday.
Oh yeah, I smell that.
And then we are going to add just a little bit of our color. I find that the color goes a long way, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna start with that. And then you'll notice that there is some bubbles, and we want to try to not create any more. So we are gonna work very, very slow.
Probably a bit more because it looks a bit too much like olive oil.
Well, we actually haven't tried, so I'm gonna add 1, 2, 3. 3 more drops. We don't want to add too much though. But do make sure you are using a dye that is approved for soap. Food coloring and other things may not work. Now we are ready to start making our soaps. Before I pour in, I'm gonna spray a little isopropyl alcohol. I'm using 91% as the strength. Some sites said to use 99%, but that's not readily available like at your local drugstore. I found for the most part, this works okay. Basically, you spritz some of this, it helps get rid of those air bubbles in your soaps. So, and the smell will fade over time. I'm just gonna do the big R2. Start pouring in slowly, trying not to create more air bubbles. So you can see I have a few air bubbles, so I am going to spray. And like I said, the smell of the alcohol does go away. It might take a day. Now that our soap is poured into the mold, it's time for it to cool and solidify. So we're gonna let those sit. And while we're waiting on these, we are going to mix up a small batch of the shea butter and put that in our little Han Solo in frozen carbonite mold here so that you can see how the color, we'll use the same little tangerine color, looks when mixed with a white soap base. So we will see you in a little bit. My budding little scientists that are watching. My budding little scientist, what did you do?
Touch it.
Once your soap is poured into your mold, do not touch it until it is solid, because little man has learned this is what happens. They're all messed up. We no longer have a flat bottom, so a couple of our soaps, like this one right here, he couldn't help himself and he touched them, so they're a little warped on the bottom, but that's okay. Just like our bath bombs, very easily. Ta-da!
That's
We have
tangerine.
BBA and he looks awesome. You gotta show him Yoda. Show them Yoda, he looks awesome. And I will have all the materials and links for these molds down in the description. All right, let's see how our solid color worked out. Here we are with our finished soap products. What do you think, little man?
They're great.
As you can see, we had our white soap base, we had our clear soap base. We used the same soap dye, same amount of drops. We got 2 different colors. Overall, I think these are gonna be a great alternative to your expensive Basin habit, huh? Just like making our own bath bombs at home. Daddy's gonna be happy to save a lot of money, isn't he?
A lot of money, and by a lot of money, a lot of money.
Okay, you wanna wrap things up, little man?
Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share. Bye!